It's Mr. Cleveland, by the way. Thank you. It is currently 5:22 a.m. in the morning. The 24-hour, okay, cities by Diana. Shout out Diana. Uh, the death of 24-hour America. Why nothing stays open late. This is gonna be definitely an interesting video. This video popped up on a different profile of some other like email on YouTube that I seen. I was like, oh, this would be nice to react to. So let's go in and see what you got to talk about.
Do you ever just wake up in the middle of the night? Maybe you're having
Background noise. I know. It's I'm washing some clothes. The washer old. When we moved in, it was we obviously using a washer that's old. So, but yeah, it can be a bit much at times.
a bit of insomnia with nothing better to do and want to get out of the house. Or maybe you just got off work and aren't ready to go home yet. So you get in your car and go out to pick up a late night snack, hit the gym, or maybe get some grocery shopping done. It's peaceful out. You can beat the crowds and pass the time. Maybe it's a 7-Eleven or a pizza place or even a bookstore. There's gotta be something to do besides get drunk. But after driving around for a while, almost everything is closed. Didn't that place used to be open all night? Even some of the gas stations stopped selling gas at 7 p.m. Aside from a few bars and maybe a liquor.
7 p.m. is crazy. Like 7 p.m. is that like real? 7 p.m. That's I ain't gonna lie. 7 p.m. is crazy.
Store. Downtown is dead. This is 11 p.m. on a Saturday night in Oakland, California, and it's a ghost town. But this could be anywhere in the USA right now. It's like the whole country is afraid of the dark. What happened? Why does everything close early now?
You know what's crazy? I was just thinking, I was like, when I seen this video, like, well, I didn't watch the whole, I didn't watch the video at all. I watched probably like a couple seconds. Like, you know what? Let me say this for a reaction. But so I didn't watch this. I didn't get this far. But I was just thinking, like, man, life did get gray. I don't know what happened. I know 2020 and that situation, but I was good, man. But life got gray. It just, I don't know, like everything just kind of lost its touch. I don't know. Like we even like look what we dealing with now. We dealing with AI. Like realistically, I know it can be helping cool. I know everybody pushing it. I know everybody's so hyped for it. I could have sworn like I thought everybody was gonna hate it because I thought they was worried about their jobs getting took. But yeah, I don't know, like even AI, it's like they testing that out. As y'all can see, they doing AI mukbangs. They doing all this weird AI stuff. Please don't mind the background. I told you to watch road, but like they doing all this weird AI stuff. I'm not really a fan of it. It just all it's gonna do is just make people stay on their phones more and more. I feel like that's what happened. I feel like and honestly the world's still the same. It's not the same, but it's the same in the sense of like if you got off your phone, the world is still there. But we so drawn to our phones, we miss out on what's going on in the world. And then on top of that, but some places do close down earlier. So I don't know. It's like with the
Hey, I could use another cup of coffee.
Me too. Oh, let's stop for some.
Yeah, I need gas anyway.
When you stop at a Shell station, you get more than America's best-selling gasolines. At Whataburger, when you're working late. It's after midnight. You're hungry and your stomach is talking to you.
What is 24/7?
24/7 is
24 hours a day?
7 days a week.
You can drive to Wendy's where the pickup window is now open late.
There's a moment at night when all you want is fourth meal.
Because so many Shell stations are open 24 hours.
Mac tonight! Come on, make it Mac tonight!
Are you thinking about buying a home in the Dallas area? Here's a big secret that Zillow doesn't want you to know about. Most buyers don't know that many of the best homes in the most sought-after neighborhoods
in the thing. My God, please no. Please like actually Lord. Please like okay, thank God. Man, she ain't show Walmart. Walmart they stopped obviously.
There was a time when it seemed like everything was open late. In any little town in the middle of nowhere, you could walk around the 24-hour Walmart at 3 a.m. looking for nothing in particular.
Facts. What happened, world? What happened? This is why I say it ain't the same in that sense. This is the part I was talking about. Like Walmart ain't open 24 hours. Yeah, even we got our phone. Walmart still not open 24 hours. I heard what happened to the rumor they was gonna do that, go back to 24 hours. They just changed their minds or what?
If you needed a random item and needed it fast, you knew you could rely on something being open to go pick it up. Now the best you've got is Amazon Prime next day delivery. And
Facts.
only if you live in the city. If you live in a rural area, good luck. There used to be this little spot off of 19th Avenue in San Francisco called Irving Pizza. One night, way back in 2013, I was out late at a concert in Berkeley and my phone broke.
When
And I missed the
GTRP
last
ain't.
BART train home and got stuck taking the all-night bus, which is slow and comes once an hour, if it even shows up. When I eventually made it back to the city, I realized that I was locked out, and it was 2 a.m. But lucky for me, Irving Pizza was open every night until 4. It gave me a place where I could safely be to sit down and eat a slice and wait for someone, anyone, to wake up in the morning and let me inside. That little pizza spot saved my ass from being stuck on the street in the middle of the night, and eventually, I did get in. Granted, their other location is in a busy part of town, and it's still open late on weekends. But in the suburban west side of the city, places like that are rare now. That location is long since closed, but the business that took its place in that building closes at midnight now, and it's one of the latest open spots on the block. And this trend is happening more and more as time goes on. And much of it, like a lot of societal issues we've seen in recent years, stems back to 2020 and the COVID pandemic.
Oh my god. Oh, let me clear that word off the screen.
Seriously, the pandemic f***ed us all up. A lot. It was a collective trauma that society still hasn't fully recovered from. Stuck in
Like, yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah.
doors all day and night, most people only left the house for essential trips or if they were essential workers. This basically killed the economy for a while. With less overall customers, retail stores either closed altogether or deeply cut back hours to the bare minimum to stay profitable. In most cities and states, indoor dining was either outright prohibited or severely restricted. And what came in its place was takeout, and of course, delivery. Enter the holy trinity of Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub. During the pandemic, I was an essential worker in San Francisco. And by that I mean, I drove for Uber Eats, all hours of the night. Business was booming. I made as much delivering food than I did at the office job I was laid off from. But with it, I started to notice a trend. You'd get an order, and it'd be from some weird...
I know, like. Oh my god. Like, I feel like a lot of people missed out on the money they could have made in 2020. Some people say they miss 2020 though. It's like a weird thing. It's like some people liked the fact that it was dead outside during those times. Like you get there real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and you really weren't worried about the you know what. Man, you was outside.
random restaurant you've never even heard of. And you drive to the location, and it would be in some office park or warehouse or somebody nobody would ever locate a damn pizza place. And then they would run 4, 5, maybe 10 different restaurants out of this single location. Ghost kitchens. They only exist in the apps, delivery-only businesses, and they tend to run relatively late at night, so this put even more pressure on the average local sit-down diner. And as the pandemic began to wane a little bit, those ghost kitchens did not go away. That's just one factor out of many. The cost go away.
Like Ghost Kitchen went from 1 trillion to struggling to 1 trillion hype to a struggling business model. Dang.
That's just one factor out of many. The cost of living has skyrocketed. Rent, supplies, labor costs, all of it. And a lot of workers were
What you
hesitant.
mean by labor cost? I feel like people who work 9 to 5s, everything went up except for the wages.
To risk their lives to
Man.
come in the middle of the night for minimum wage. And small businesses already facing tight margins couldn't afford to pay them more. So what do? You cut hours and focus on the daytime crowd. Fast food too. A lot of McDonald's and Taco Bell locations used to keep their inside lobbies open relatively late, if not 24 hours in some places. But when COVID hit, most of them became drive-through only, and a lot still are. And if they are open again, it's usually only during the day and early evening, and it's become harder and harder to find a 24-hour drive-through these days. Let's not forget about
Facts, because McDonald's here, they close. I think they close around like 3, 4. A lot of them close around the time. Taco Bell closed at 3. I mean, like 3, okay, like you know what I'm saying. Like really, who like by times? I mean, 3 o'clock is like, you know what I'm saying. You on the evening time. You know what I'm saying. But I don't know, like 3 o'clock is like that's when you out. You go find some, you know, And yeah, like it's around like 2, 3 o'clock. The Taco Bell also closed. They doors around like what 3 to 5 p.m. They just didn't want like I guess people would need it. But yeah, like I don't know, like it's just stuff is
Retail,
changing.
another industry hollowed out by the pandemic, brick and mortar
The
stores
only
had already.
restaurant that does stay open though is Whataburger. That's the one that I can think of. Even IHOP closing. You know it's different with IHOP closing. IHOP is closing. Yeah, IHOP they don't even stay open 24. You might got some few of them, but like the one I know of, they closing. Denny's they stay open 24 hours. 24-hour Denny's, Whataburger, uh, them two things that I know for sure that's staying open for sure.
Already been suffering, but this was accelerated as most were not deemed essential, and places like grocery stores often had to limit the number of customers to come in at a time due to social distancing regulations. And like the restaurants, they faced strong competition from e-commerce. In particular, sites like Amazon, Temu, Shein, and even Walmart heavily invested into the online shopping experience. When you can order almost anything you need from the comfort of your own home and have it delivered to you within the next couple of days, why bother even going out unless you already are out? And once cities opened back up and return to office became a thing for white collar workers, they were mostly out and about during the day. When your business is already struggling to stay competitive in such an environment and late night has always seen lower demand, cutting hours is a no-brainer. When remote work was more prominent, many folks moved out of their apartments near the job centers and into larger homes in the suburbs where you could get a little more space at a better price. This devastated many downtowns, which already relied heavily on the foot traffic of office workers during the day and even for the after work happy hour. It was especially bad in San Francisco, but it's a national trend. With this, businesses closed, large chains like Forever 21 and Macy's closed their downtown locations, and this created what some called a doom loop, where the inner city basically died. And with it came increased crime, the cost of living brought homelessness, and drug use spiked. It was a bad time to be out at night. The urbanist Jane Jacobs wrote in her 1961 book,
She
The
looked
Death
familiar.
and Life of Great American Cities, of the concept of eyes on the street, which in a nutshell states that the more people you have going about their lives, working, shopping, frequenting bars and restaurants and everything else, the less likely there is to be crime. She called it national surveillance, which admittedly sounds a little creepy. But to Jane Jacobs, public safety was not just the responsibility of the police force, but all of us in the community. And by having thriving 24-hour cities, we all acted as informal watchdogs, keeping an eye on each other. And when you remove those eyes from the streets, what takes its place is not fun for anybody. Without the built-in surveillance of a vibrant community, cities and businesses within them rely more and more on heavy-handed methods. The other night, it was around 11:30 p.m., and I wanted to go to Safeway to pick up some groceries. The location I went to its credit, is open till midnight. So I parked in the parking lot and got this footage. And while I was sitting there in my car, getting ready to go in, an extremely loud voice yelled out at me to stop trespassing and that they'd called the police.
You are trespassing.
Holy shit. So I got in my car and I've been filming B-roll footage because I'm going to do the video on why everything closes early. So I wanted like footage of like nighttime stuff that's closed. And I went to Safeway. The Safeway like in Piedmont, like right on the like Oakland Piedmont border. And I park in the parking lot and Safeway is still open, by the way. And I get on my camera and I'm just like filming like shot of like a shopping cart in the parking lot. Like I do, right? And all of a sudden, over the loudspeaker, this voice says, "You are trespassing. Please leave the area. You're being recorded." And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Safeway's still open. Like, I was gonna go in there and like actually buy something. That just proves my point. Things close early. They treat everybody that's out at night like they're a criminal. There was no way I was going to shop at that Safeway after that experience. And on the drive home, I was followed by 2 police cars, simply for minding my own business and staying in my car in the parking lot a little longer than they deemed was acceptable. This criminalization of simply being in a space at night, even during...
I mean, I guess you know what it fit. Nah, I'm off that. Nah, I'm off that. I'm off that. I'm off that. But no, though, yeah, I mean, it's crazy because even then, like when she said retail, they close at 12. I just found out, like, from an old coworker that the Krogers are now closing at 11 p.m. now. I don't know if it's like nationwide, but like in the Dallas area, I guess that they're I think they closing them down. I think they, yeah. So he said it started Sunday, so it already started happening. I should have went on Sunday just to get the first day of the effective rule, just to see what it feel like. But it's fine. I'm not tripping. But yeah, because Kroger stay up in the 1 o'clock in the morning. People they used to come in do what they did in the morning, but now the morning time, man, yeah, it's over with now. It's 11 o'clock. Just like Walmart, I think they dropped it down. You still got some Walmarts at 11, but some of them at 10. It's like, man, duh, it's gonna get bad. We're gonna get to a point where grocery stores start closing around like 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? If they keep this up, like, you know.
Business hours creates within both law enforcement and the broader culture a perception that nothing worth happening happens after dark.
You know, it's crazy because they opened up at 6, so it's like if you close at Walmart, that's just a 5 hour stretch. You know what I'm saying? Like, just make it 24 hours. You know, like
You're out late, you must be up to no good. And this obviously is not true. Some people work overnight shifts at hospitals or in warehouses or as firefighters or Uber drivers. Work still gets done in the late night hours, and the people who work those shifts deserve to be able to participate in society as much as the next person. And regardless, if you're out at night, that doesn't necessarily mean you're bad. It just means that you like to be out at night. I went to 7-Eleven because it's still kind of light outside. It's like 8:30. And look at my haul here. I got me some pistachios.
I know them cost the arm and a leg.
Some wasabi almonds, some of that Modesto Blue Diamond almonds.
I know that cost the arm and a leg too.
Of course, a Red Bull, sugar-free, because I've stopped drinking sugary drinks. And I finally adjusted to sugar-free. It is starting to get dark, and I was like in the parking lot, and it said, "Thank you for visiting."
Well, I'm gonna say this: sugar-free. I mean, I don't believe there's a such thing called sugar-free unless it's like one of those carbonated waters. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously those don't taste like nothing, right? But anything like a sugar-free anything like one of those Red Bulls, all those like them had still got sugar in it. It's just if it's not a sugar, it's an artificial sweetener. So it gives you that, you know, it's bull crap. I'm being honest. It's a fake. It's a fake. It's a fake. Says the guy that's eating it. Some off-brand generic Kroger Ruffles. I used to say Kruger, but yeah, though. Kroger Ruffles at 5:40 in the morning. Yeah, I know. Leave me alone. But nah, though, it's crazy because QT actually closed. We got a store called QT down here, and well, I'm pretty sure y'all got them too. Some states, more southern region, but yeah, a lot of them closed. A lot of them closing too. Some of they be, yeah, it's different. We're doing gas station closed. We're done. But they leave the gas open though.
It's like
you can still get gas though, but yeah.
Tiny little parking lot. Like.
So I finally got my claim for my car accident. I'm a little bummed. Really? They only offered me $5,000.
It's so small. They really close this 7-Eleven hella early now. It used to be open 24 hours. I remember coming here, middle of the night, riding my bike. I used to do late night bike rides around the lake here. And yeah, you could go anytime. It would be open. Now it closes at like 9-10 p.m. No, I got here right before it closed. This particular 7-Eleven started closing early for a number of reasons. Crime was a big one. It's a sad fact of life that robberies do happen more often at night when there are less people around to witness them. But this is in a vibrant, busy urban area with a lot of dense housing nearby, and it's not a particularly bad neighborhood either. But pretty much everything within a few blocks closes up at 9, 10, or 11 p.m. at the very latest. Most places close a lot earlier. So what do the people who actually live in these areas like to do at night? Well, they're scrolling TikTok or Instagram Reels, listening to Spotify instead of going out to concerts, chatting with friends online, using ChatGPT as their therapist, or they're going to bed early. We've become homebodies. With infinite options for every aspect of life, from entertainment, shopping, dining, love and romance, culture, and friendship, all in the palm of our hands, there's less incentive to actually
wait. Hold on, y'all. Hold up.
bodies. With infinite options for every aspect of life, from entertainment, shopping, dining, love and romance.
Hold on. Diana, hold on real quick. I have to rewatch that. I'm going to speak on this. So let's watch it one more time to make sure I'm not tripping.
With infinite options for every aspect of life.
Okay, what button did you click for this to go green?
From entertainment,
Which
shopping,
is fine.
dining.
Why did his go green? Why did his stuff did not go green? Why did his stuff go green? Yo, Diana, we got to talk. You in Cali, we have to talk. I want to know
Home
what's going
buyers.
on.
With infinite options for
Let's see it
every
one more
aspect of
time.
life, from entertainment,
She clicked the button. Yeah, I'm not gonna
shopping,
lie.
dining, love and romance, culture.
Oh,
Infinite
whoa,
options for every aspect of
whoa.
life, from
Okay,
entertainment, shopping, dining,
okay. So what does that button mean over there? What does that button mean? The green button.
love and romance, culture.
Okay, she clicked it. Alright, alright. I don't know what it means. It didn't glow up like that green, but it's fine though. We good. We understand. We know. Let's get Dr. Umar's. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
And friendship all in the
Everybody got
palm of
their
our
preference.
hands, there's less incentive to actually get out on the town and do something. And if people aren't out, the businesses don't have a reason to stay open. It's cultural as much as it is economic. And if you're going to bed at 10 p.m., why would you want to get a job working at 7-Eleven overnight? Businesses have had trouble staffing late night shifts in recent years, which in turn leads to late night hours being cut. Public transit in most cities has reduced or even no service hours after dark. And when less people are taking that transit, when it's time to cut the budget, reducing or eliminating late night service seems like the least harmful option. When we treat the people who inhabit the night like criminals, it only makes the night safe for criminals. And to a cop or a security camera, when you treat just existing outside after dark as if it is a crime, you're gonna see a lot more crime. It's all a self-reinforcing cycle.
Maybe this is what we wanted all along. No.
The other night, I was driving
We didn't want this. I don't think we wanted this. I'm be honest.
around town, and I came upon a gas station, a typical Chevron. And when I went to fill up my tank, I realized that not even just the store was shut, but the pumps themselves were disabled after 7 p.m. Even though
That's
this
crazy.
particular gas station closed up early, it's not like that everywhere in town. There still is a good deal of vibrant nightlife in a city like Oakland. But like many cities, gentrification and higher housing costs have made it harder and harder to afford a night out.
Shout out
And
to
the
Cat. I
younger
like
generations
cats.
are going out less, drinking less, and clubbing less. And that's not all bad. But the nighttime doesn't have to be scary or full of crime. We need viable late night options beyond just nightclubs, liquor stores, drive-thrus, and bars. We need late night libraries, cafes, restaurants, and shopping malls. Will we get them? Not if we don't use them. We need safer streets, and that doesn't always come from just putting up security cameras, increasing police patrols, and criminalizing everything. It comes from a community that cares for each other and keeps each other accountable to one another, something that our modern, tech-driven culture has seemed to have lost. We treat each other and the space we live in like it's disposable. So maybe this is what we wanted all along. No more awkward small talk with a cashier or 3 a.m. pizza run. Just calm and quiet inside, in bed early, checking our notifications, until we crash out alone once again.
W video by Cities by Diana. Love the video. Like the video for sure. You know, that's a good video. That's a really good video. That's the type of stuff that we like to see. That's the type of stuff that opens your mind, crack your head open a little bit. Subscribe. Why not? It's a head cracker. It's a head cracker. It opens your mind. That's the type of video that opens your mind. That's worldly. Like anything that's worldly that we all can sit back and think like this is actually an interesting. I haven't come across some interesting conversation. Yeah, it's a lot of interesting conversations, but I feel like this is something like we all gotta talk about, right? Like this is the one. You know what I'm saying? Cause like what happened? Now, granted, yeah, like I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm up late night, right? Like I'm a night owl. Like I like being up late night. Like do I really probably want to work late night? Nah. Like I kind of want to just vibe out. I don't know. I like being. I don't know. It's like when it's like at night at times I feel like I'm alone in the world. Like it's just me and my own thoughts and just the world spinning around. You know, if I go on night walks randomly, you know, I don't do it probably as much, but like I know for sure I have done night walks before, and night walks are just beautiful. Night walks, long as like nobody on the weird stuff and none of that. A night walk is one of the best human things you could do as a human. Like if you ain't never did a night walk, like if you're a woman, yeah, I probably wouldn't suggest you. Look, I don't know how to. I want everybody to experience, but I know how this can be. But like, just make sure you got surroundings. If you really like, if you go out, woman, you go outside, just make sure you got pepper spray, little knife, one AirPod in. You know what I'm saying? But like, cause I want you to experience the nightlife, like a night walk. Like night walks are chef's kiss. But yeah, it's gonna do it for the vid, guys. I mean, yeah, you be on your Q's and P's too, but yeah, P's and Q's. I said the wrong thing. But yeah, it's gonna do it for the vid. Like, comment, subscribe, catch you next vid. I'm going.